Hello dog lovers, my name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer and a coach, and in today's episode I'm going to talk about why I don't suggest using tools like shock collars or prong collars to train dogs. Oh yeah, this is Harvey, my dog. Hi dog lovers, last time I talked about why I don't suggest using treats to train dogs, and in this episode I'm going to talk about why I don't suggest using tools like shock collars, prong collars, choke chain collars, or any of the tools that causes harm to your dog. So when it comes to dog training and dog behavior modification, many dog trainers and including dog owners tend to use some tools to change the dog's behavior or implement a new behavior in the dog. The tools are usually something like choke chain collars, prong collars, shock collars, halters, and few others. Some dog trainers and some dog owners tend to use these tools when they have a puppy or when they face a problem or behavioral issue with their dog. Some trainers or some people also start using those tools when the dog is at very young age. This is the age that the puppy is very sensitive and fragile. Those who choose to use this kind of tools at this sensitive age are either lacking information or they're not aware what kind of damage they're causing to their dog. Puppies and young dogs are in their very sensitive stage of their life. Most of the puppies, they go through this period which we call the fear cycle. This is the age that the dog or the puppy is very sensitive to its surroundings and all the new experiences that it experiences. And because they are sensitive, any physical or emotional pain or stress, if it's caused during this time, will make this puppy to develop a behavior that is going to last lifelong. So let's say at this sensitive age, at that young age, if a puppy experiences a pain either accidentally or intentionally, the puppy is going to remember that pain for the rest of its life and is going to react accordingly. Dogs at young age need mostly heart-to-heart connection. They don't need to be used tools on them. They're emotionally and physically very fragile and sensitive. Any use of tools will cause the puppy to develop behavioral issues. That includes mental and physical behavioral issues and damages. There is no need to use any of these tools whatsoever, especially in this day and age. It's 2017 and we are past the time that we need to depend on tools. I don't understand why some people or some trainers tend to use tools, especially when it comes to puppy training. Those who choose to use tools for their dog's behavioral problems are usually desperate. Some other people and dog trainers and dog owners tend to use these tools when they face a behavioral issue with their dog, so they start depending on these tools. All these tools are unnecessary to be used. Why? Because you're using it at the wrong stage of the mindset of the dog. No matter what tool you use at that stage, it will not work and you will not get the results that you want. At the time that you tend to use or you choose to use the tools is the time that actually the mental damage has been done to your dog and it's too late to use those tools. What you need to do is to go back to basics and start from beginning. You need to understand that when you are desperate to use those tools on your dog because you are frustrated and you feel like there's no other choice and there's no other option and it's the end of the world, you also have to understand that your dog is feeling more stressed than you are. Your dog may be feeling the same or even worse than you do. If you are frustrated, your dog also is frustrated. If you are stressed, your dog is also stressed. Actually, your dog is 10 times more stressed at the time that you feel like you need to use those tools. You need to understand that somehow your dog has gotten to this level of stress and it has become anxious and stressed, and that is why it's behaving certain way, and you are desperate to use those tools. If you start using those tools on your dog, you're automatically detaching yourself from your dog. You're investing in a tool rather than repairing the damage that you may have caused. You have to start rebuilding the relationship and reflect on the real issue. Rather than listening to your dog, you're turning your back onto your dog and you're saying, I don't have time to listen to you, I have no other choice, and I don't have time for this. And that is why you won't get results. You're shutting off the communication system between you and your dog. You're closing the communication system that you had or you may not had between you and your dog. If your dog is reactive or is behaving certain way, let's say is reactive to other dogs, your dog is communicating to you. It's saying, I don't know how to deal with this situation. And now if you attach those tools to your dog and start using them, your dog is going to start shutting down and is going to start closing the communication system that you may had, and is going to start behaving even more aggressive and is going to become more stressed. You have to understand that when your dog is reactive that way or behaving that way, is giving you a signal. You see, dogs can have a sit with us one-on-one and have a chat with us and tell us what they're feeling and how they're feeling. What they do is they react, they behave certain ways. That is the way that dogs are communicating to us. And when your dog is communicating to you and is telling you certain things, and if you attach a tool to your dog and use it at that moment, at that state of mind, your dog is not going to have any other way of communicating with you. Therefore, it's going to get worse because now they can express their feelings. When you do that and when you use tools, you're telling your dog, I give up. I don't want to listen to you and I don't want to deal with you. And that will cause your dog to be more stressed, and in your mind you're saying to yourself that you have lost the battle. So therefore you won't win this battle no matter what. Now the argument is some trainers and some professionals or even some dog owners say that these tools, they don't hurt. They don't physically hurt the dog if they are used properly. Let's say if that statement is true, the tools, they don't hurt. Then what's the point of using those tools then? How is the dog getting any cues from using those tools? Some also say that you see results when you use those tools. Yes, I've seen dogs who have been used tools like shock collars or prong collars or anything like, or halters, and I see how they are. You can tell how they feel inside. They are detached from their humans. They don't feel connected to their humans. That's because every time you use that tool on your dog connects to you with that feeling that it gets and says, you equal pain, you equal discomfort, you equal stress, you equal more anxiety. The reason your dog is behaving certain way and you are desperate to use any of those tools, it might be either you waited too long for the dog to develop this behavior and then decided to correct that behavior, so now you're desperate to use these tools, or you have just adopted a dog and this dog has come with package with behavioral issues. The reason you may say that you're using these tools might be because you have no other solution, you have no other choice. There is nothing else you can do. Let me assure you that they're all solutions. First step is just to take a deep breath and relax. Just take a few days and think about it before you choose to use those tools. Now I want you to understand that whatever your dog is doing, whatever behavior your dog is giving you, it's not to piss you off. Its plan is not to ruin your life. It's not trying to make your days and life horrible. The next step is stop using those tools. Whatever you do, it won't help the behavior to go away. And as I said, it will make your dog to feel even worse. What you need to do is pause and listen to your dog. You have to go back to beginning. You haven't done enough. You have lost that communication system between you and your dog is trying to communicate to you. Try to listen to your dog. Your dog is telling you it needs help, but you can't help your dog with those tools. Those tools don't help your dog. They will help to exaggerate the behavior that you are dealing with your dog. The easiest solution at the moment that I can share with you is don't put your dog in the situation or in an environment that will react. You don't want to allow your dog to practice that behavior or get more stressed when you're putting it in that situation. Try avoiding those situations or environments. In future videos, I'll explain more about how to deal with your dog's behavioral issues. You have a choice. You don't have to use tools. There is another solution. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and comment. Let me know if you are using tools like shock collars, prong collars, halters, choke chain collars, anything like that. If you are happy using those, and also what do you think about using those tools in general? Do you feel comfortable using these tools? Are you even thinking about using those tools? If you like videos like this and content like this, and you like to learn more about dogs and everything about dogs, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, have fun with your dog.